All right, this one painting here is called The Medicine Man or The Ceremony. And this is actually what is happening during a ritual, a healing ritual. Like we have a medicine man and the helpers on one side of the sand painting piece here. And on this side is all the patient, what the patient is doing on this other side. So the corn piece is kind of separating them here. The paraphernalia also sits in between the Navajo medicine man and the patient, so this is all the paraphernalia. And usually a Navajo wedding basket's involved, so she gives the different things from the wedding basket to the medicine man, and he earns it. So we have, let's say, the water bucket with a gourd drinking water bucket, so everybody shares on that and the like. But here is the helper. He's the helper that carries on the singing when the medicine man is doing other things during the healing ritual. And here is an in-between time, so this might be a day later or so that this patient, this individual is making the sand painting for the individual. A day later, after the ceremony starts, an individual will do a sand painting for the patient, so that's what he's done here. He's making a sand painting, so you see all the different colors here. And then, but right before the ceremony starts, another individual will go out for all the different plants that's needed for the ceremony, so that's what he's picking. And he's also burning some so that they go through a blackening ceremony, is what it's called here. So that's what he's doing here. Towards the end of the ceremony is when they make the sand painting, where all the feathers are around here, and the medicine woman will gather each feather and touch each item while the patient is sitting on the sand painting here, and they do the prayer and the offering of corn pollen and the offering of the corn pollen going to the holy people. And the offering of corn pollen, I have the corn representing that here. So the corn is representing the corn pollen going up to the holy people and coming back to the patient here. So that's what he's doing right here. The medicine man is doing that blessing. And this is portraying the medicine man in the Yebiche style sand painting form here. So that's what he's doing here. On this side of this sand painting here is the patient sitting here and the grandmother instructing her what to do next. And then from here, then she's also going through the mental purification, where she's cleansing herself and the like. And then they give her all the different herbs that they're boiling here, and they're drinking it, and she's cleansing. Here, they're also doing a physical cleansing, a washing with yucca. And she does that here. And then from there, after she sits on the sand painting, the patient sits on the sand painting, she's told to sit on blankets over here, material. And she is being remade over by repainting over with painting of the face and the body and her feet. And so that's what they're doing here. And then she goes ahead, dresses herself back up, and then she's told to go outside here and to embrace Father Sky, Mother Earth, and accept all that she looks at. And here she's looking at all of her livestock, the land that she lives on, her home, and she's embracing all that, and everything belongs to her, and giving thanks to the holy people here. So this is portraying the patient here, where she's receiving her blessing and the prayers and the song here when she's removed herself off the sand painting. So here, while she's on the sand painting, they give her 2 charcoal that she's got to bless herself with, and that's represented here. So this whole thing here, right here, is the hogan, the house where they do the ceremony, and the feathers all represent all the different prayers and the song that they have gone through. So that's the ceremonial, the medicine man sand painting. But a lot of what goes on will refer back to the beginning of time. Just like the ceremonial sand painting piece here is talking about creation story of where there was the first man here that created everything that created the flying spirit people that's right in here, that they're talking about the flying spirit people. Then they moved on to into the next world where all the animals were here. And there's so many different stories of all the different animals, but this time they're talking about Coyote, where Coyote is over here. And Coyote is the one that's in the story is stealing fire from the first world and has brought it into the fourth world for the first man and first woman. So that the first man and first woman now is here in the fourth world. The first man and first woman were made, where you can see the holy place of where they were made. And then in here it doesn't tell you about the creation, the great flood here, but there is the great flood that took place. And then the wreath grew where all the people, all the animals went in there, and it grew and grew. And when they came out to the final world, they didn't have fresh water, so then they sent back another individual to go get water back in the former world, and that was Snail that went back down. And I don't have Snail showing in here, but it's one of the stories. He went back down, and when he came back up, he was so tired that he just kind of crawled into his jar, and that's why he became a snail, but he brought fresh water for the people. And also, you know, like there was also beetles that came out, and they brought the people out of the fourth world. And the first to come were beetle, then the eagles and the red-tailed hog, and then the lynx and the bear. They all came out and brought all the people out too for the first man and first woman. And this final world, they say is the final, is that where they have turkey feather in their head dressing up here. You'll see it up here. That is to represent and give honor to Turkey, because Turkey in the former worlds where they gathered up seeds, and he ran into the wreath and got his tail washed with water, and then he's also the one that brought seeds back out into the final world where they planted, and they had food to eat from there, so they honor Turkey for that reason. So the two sand paintings kind of merged together because of all the story that's being told and what took place during the ceremony and what was happening during that time where the ceremony had to be done. So that kind of relates to one another. So that's the way the painting goes. So this one's called Immersion Story of the Five World, and then this one is Medicine Man. That's it. I'm all talked out.
Yeah, it's hard. Second round was long.